Okay, here we go. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another weekly episode of ToonBender, the crossover between myself and the lovely people from Toon Grid. Yeah, got a tongue twister. Today, of course, we're going to be talking about multiple different things, but as you see in the title, we have Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans to get through first. So let me, of course, introduce my partner in crime, Nero. Oh, God, you sound like you just watched Return to Zombie Island.
Only the trailer, which you can see on our channel at ToonGrid.
Yeah, awesome plug.
Plugging.
And of course, you can't have a Scooby-Doo review from ToonGrid without Y-Boy.
Hey,
What's up, man?
It's going good. Like after watching that trailer, I'm kind of feeling more about it. Like it's weird.
Exactly. Yes, and to plug something else, if you want to see some awesome Scooby-Doo reviews, please go and watch Y-Boy's reviews on them. They are awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
He's pretty good.
I put hours of work into that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, in my opinion, there are three good Scooby-Doo YouTubers. Y-Boy, my friend Archaic King, and that long-haired creepy.
We should do a big crossover.
Oh, we should.
That'd be good.
But we're not here to talk about Scooby-Doo. Thank God. I feel like Nero and Y-Boy have been put through enough of that.
But I'm sure Warner Bros. Will still test our patience, and next year there's probably gonna be 2 more movies. Maybe now they'll cash out. Like maybe they'll make that Ghoul School sequel nobody was ever asking for. Oh
God, yes.
Well, there'll be Scoob coming out.
Scoob. Yeah, Scoob is next year, and
so so doesn't that mean they're going to release 3 Scooby-Doo movies?
Yeah,
2 direct to DVD and 1 theatrical.
Yeah, and the theatrical one already is getting a bunch of hatred because of its disrespect to the voice acting community.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. It's like, what? You want us to hire the original the cast from the direct-to-DVD movies? Psa! We need celebrities up in here.
I love that idea. We only hire celebrities. Matthew Lillard is a celebrity.
We need cooler celebrities.
Hey, Matthew Lillard is cool, sir.
He's cooler than Mark Wahlberg, I can tell you that.
I already checked out on that movie where it's like, you hired Mark Wahlberg. I have no respect for him, and he's a bit of a racist. So this already is not getting an A in my book.
Okay, well, last point before we move on. He's actually playing... I can't believe he's playing this, and I hate that they casted him as this character, but he's playing Blue Falcon.
You know who would have been great as Blue Falcon if he hadn't passed away?
Adam West.
Adam West as Blue Falcon would have been amazing.
Dude, that's just smart casting right there.
Well, it's also a reunion because he was Batman interacting with Scooby-Doo.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. So it would have been fun. It would have been better, but sadly Warner Brothers doesn't give us what we want most of the time.
I don't know about you. Jason Isaacs as Dick Dastardly isn't a bad trade-off.
No, yeah, I agree.
At least it's a good performer.
Yeah, maybe when the Scoob trailer comes out, we'll all just do a group reaction, give our thoughts on that.
Hey, it's not as repulsive as I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, as long as it's better than Return to Zombie Island, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay is the Warner Brothers standard. Remember, Warner Brothers. Why bother?
Exactly. Speaking of Warner Brothers, let's go ahead and talk about something I know a lot of people were talking about last month. We finally got a trailer for Teen Titans Go versus the Teen Titans.
Yay.
Who cares?
And everybody's upset it's not season 6.
It's so funny where I didn't like the original Teen Titans show. And even I'm like, man, you know what? I'd still rather have a season 6 than Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. I obviously love the original Teen Titans. I loved it as a kid. I had all the toys. It was the best thing in the world for me. And then as I grew older, and then Young Justice came out, I'm like, wow, this kind of makes Teen Titans look dull by comparison.
The funny thing is, I feel the opposite because
Really?
I feel like Young Justice, especially in season 3, I feel like too much of it is like we're adult because they keep killing like the little Muslim girl like every other episode. Something horrible happens to
that's
her.
true. Like, okay, Greg, and Brandon. I should have asked you guys this last weekend when I had the opportunity to meet you, but I couldn't. Why do you keep killing Halo? Please stop.
Well, it's probably because it's like, well, she's technically immortal, so it's okay to do it. And it's like, yeah, but you've done it like 6 times. It's gotten to the point where like she's Kenny.
Yeah. Oh my God, you killed Halo! You best. Oh wait, nope, she's fine.
Well, like, it can be great. So, oh my God, you killed Halo, and then Geoforce could be like, it's okay, she'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But so we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna watch the Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans Trainer, and since I do not have the proper equipment to show this, and since Warner Brothers copyright claimed my last video, thanks a lot, guys. Yes, we're instead just going to give you our initial reactions as we see it, and then we're going to talk about it. So
now, if White Boy, I send it to you in the Mega.
Yep, I got it.
Awesome sauce.
All right, so I guess on the count of 3.
Yes, sir. On the count of 3, 4 will be too much, and 2 is too little. 3 is where we will go.
Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh wow! I already hate that.
Yeah.
I hate what that is.
An arena. Okay.
Why didn't they use the Master of Games?
I know. What the hell? I miss him.
Yeah, they already.
Tron? Oh, never mind.
Oh, they look like crap.
Yeah, they do. This is the new Flash animated team. This is a new, entirely different team handling this animation.
Oh, it looks ugly.
I saw screenshots of this. It looked bad.
Yeah,
Robin from the Teen Titans universe looks sick because he's pale.
Yeah.
I know.
Really? Trigon?
Oh my God, it's Trigon. Wait, 2 Trigon?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because they're evil.
I guess. Oh God, they don't look good in the Teen Titans Go art style.
No. they look really cheap.
Yeah.
They do. What the hell? Bonds will be broken.
Do they really need to make another one where it's like, oh?
Oh no! What is that?
Oh God!
I know.
The original Titans just look so bad in this style.
Yeah, they really
I know.
do.
Oh.
It's because they're too detailed. They don't look. Oh, remember, Teen Titans Go wrong is kind of rapey.
That's true. What the hell is that? What is that creature?
That's probably Raven.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
No, it's all the Titans.
Oh wow!
That looks like garbage. I mean, that's obviously a cash grab. I mean, they all are because it's a business. That's what this is.
Okay.
But like,
Yeah, because Teen Titans Go is such a big franchise already, so of course.
I know, right? Did you not see how much the movie made?
dude, Rich, we saw that movie in theaters together.
As did I. I saw that in theaters too.
And it was so sad because there was like a 3-year-old there, and they laughed once, and then they were like dead for the remainder of the film.
There's only like 6 people in the theater.
Oh God! Well, you want to know how many were in my theater?
Shoot.
30.
That's still better than ours. At least yours went to the double digits. We found 6 people.
That's true. Yeah, it's like, oh my God. Okay, yeah. So talking about this, let's get the obvious out of the way. The original Teen Titans look terrible in Flash animation. This is.
You know, it's weird. We live in an era where Flash animation can be good because Littlest Pet Shop and My Little Pony have shown that, like, wow, you can do a pretty solid look.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. If the budget is there, you can do pretty much better. Flash animation on TV than you can. And this is a direct-to-DVD movie, so I'm assuming, like all of the other DC animated movies, this has to have a budget of $3 to $4 million. And you're telling me with the budget of $3 to $4 million, you can't come up with some better-looking animation for the OG Titans?
I'd like to point out, I just realized when you brought that up, when you just brought up the budget thing, WB, where's the budget?
Yeah, the budget. Okay, well, that's the thing, because from what I found this out, and I'll say it again, neither animated teams from the original show or Teen Titans Go are working on the animation for this movie. It's a completely new animation team handling this, and for the Teen Titans Go, they almost look how they did in the Teen Titans Go movie. So at least they upped the budget there for them. But the OG Titans, they must have spent so much on this movie. They're like, oh crap, how are we going to animate the original Teen Titans? Do it in Flash.
And it seems very weird because if you remember, like the stinger for the movie, they actually did use the traditional like Teen Titans like animation there.
Yeah, I know, it looked great to see them back and hand drawn again.
It's called false advertising.
Yes, exactly. And
it looks like by the group shot are Titans from different parts of the multiverse.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So let's go ahead and go through these. Okay, so we have the OG Titans, we have the Teen Titans Go, we have the '80s Titans in the back, like in the far background behind.
There's Starfire in like her space hooker outfit with her '80s hair.
Yeah, and okay, this is weird. I don't know why they're here. But the new 52 Titans are in this shot too, and I'm looking at the credits. They got the new 52 Nightwing voice actor to be in this, so I'm assuming he's going to have a couple of lines here.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. The one I'm actually excited for, because I've been championing this for a long time, is they have Art Baltazar's Titan.
Yeah.
And they're on the lower end of the screen. And I love the Tiny Titans. That comic series is just this delightful, childish romp where they all go to school together, and like the super villains are like their bullies.
Yeah.
And like Darkseid is like the lunch lady.
Okay, I don't know. This one doesn't make sense. The Night to Shine Titans are in this. How does that make sense? The Teen Titans Go transform into them whenever they go into that world. So how did they get the Night to Shine Titans in here if they are already technically in here? What the hell?
They're probably doing something like, it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon, exactly. Or like, oh, it was in a different universe, except that's not how the canon works in the show, but it's probably there to fill space.
I guess so. And we have the Animal Titans. We got Psy Bunny. Raven's a bird. Ha ha ha. Robin is a robin.
I'd like to point out she doesn't look like a raven, by the way. She looks like a pigeon.
Yeah, it's pigeon. That's pigeon. I don't. Okay, I'm getting am I the only one who's getting a major Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse vibe with this last shot? Like they just saw that and like, let's do that, but with Teen Titans.
Well, Rich, isn't that the outcome of DC and Marvel in a nutshell? I mean, you don't think they saw Wonder Woman and was like, Marvel has a Wonder Woman. Well, yeah, who's that? I mean, I'm trying to think. You guys have like Storm, Fox. Oh, well, you have the Invisible Woman, Fox. Captain Marvel. That's right. Well, which one? There's been, I don't know, the blonde white one. Oh.
Yeah, the blonde white one.
Yeah, that's our Wonder Woman. What about She-Hulk? Can't. Universal.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to another frame, I saw they were fighting Santa Claus, and I noticed something very funny. Like, go back. Where is that? Okay, so 1 minute and 19 seconds. Santa Claus is holding a Tommy gun where the clip is with the cookie. What comes out of that gun? Because there's a candy cane nozzle, so do candy cane cookies come out of there?
He shoots chocolate chip.
Yeah, it's like chocolate chips or something.
Yeah, that's weird. And then they fight Mrs. Claus, who, what the hell is going on with her? She's got ornaments in her hair. Her hair looks like that one character, Professor Poopy Pants from Captain Underpants. She's got a cybernetic fist. Like, what happened to her?
Teen Titans Go happened to her.
That's so true.
You know, it's and the thing is, my takeaway from watching this too is that it feels like it's going to be the same because this is the thing too. I feel like the writers are lazy on this show, and this isn't coming from like oh, you're a fan of the original. No, I wasn't a fan of the original. I'm coming from this from the perspective of, haven't we already seen them do like man, we used to be so cool, what happened? They've done this so many times just to be snarky at the fan base, and it's annoying.
I know. I feel like if they only done this once, maybe this trailer would have worked, or maybe if they hadn't done it at all, this would have been more surprising and being like, oh, wow, cool. So now the past incarnations get to fight the current incarnations. That's cool. But since they've run that joke into the ground so many times, I don't really... They've kind of been teasing this for years, so I don't really see how anybody could be surprised here.
No, I mean, it's kind of a bummer because I'm sure this is going to have the same problem as Turtles Forever, where I like Turtles Forever, but Turtles Forever, it's very obvious that they hated the 80s Turtles and liked the 2003 Turtles because they were, quote-unquote, more real to the comics that, like, Eastman and Laird were making.
Yeah.
Right.
One funny shot is when they're at the tower and both Starfires are saying we need to work together, friendship and all that, and a giant rainbow with clouds comes up with the word cooperation, and Robin just uses a blowgun and blows it away. That's kind of funny. I like that.
Yeah.
This shot here, they're in some kind at 1 minute and 6 seconds. They're in some kind of cannon that is connected by both cyborgs. Like you could see, the OG cyborg is at the top, and the cyborg is at the bottom.
They probably combined like a transformer.
Yeah, like the previous scene is just them like holding hands and transforming together, so they probably just make that to be a big laser to blast something.
I guess so, yeah. And I noticed Raven is absent throughout the second half. Both Ravens are absent throughout the second half of this.
I'm sure Trigon's going to do because Raven has one godforsaken story, and that's it. I'm sure her two dads are going to use both Ravens as the key and have them combine together, and that's the kaiju we see.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. But then that kaiju probably remembers... Both Ravens remember their friends, and then they decide to fight back against Trigon, and then I guess it's going to... Yeah, exactly. And then it looks like it's the end of the world, and then all of a sudden, other Titans join in to take down both Trigons. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen in the climax.
Yeah, that's probably exactly how it's going to play out. I mean, and the thing is, they've done this damn story, because when they did when the New 52 decided to come in and start ruining our animated films, when they did the Titans versus the Justice League, which, by the way, isn't actually that bad.
No, it's not.
The plot is literally, so Raven's the key and Trigon. It's the same story again. Raven has one story, and I am, for one, sick of it.
I know. It's like, it's like, why couldn't they here's a better question. Why is it Trigon? Like, why is it both Trigons? Why couldn't it just be both of their greatest enemies? Like both control freaks, both Slades, both Trigons.
You know the funny thing is, I was thinking that, where it's like, why wasn't it Control Freak? Doesn't that make more sense to have the
it does. Yeah. Maybe Control Freak can assemble both Trigons, both Slades, both incarnations of the villains, but he's the main bad guy, and then Trigon takes over because he probably says, okay, yeah, you're getting nowhere, we're taking over this shit. I feel like that would have been better.
Yeah, we're along with the meta sort of humor of the series that Go is going for anyways.
Yeah, exactly. That's much better. Okay, I just looked up who's writing this. It's the same person who wrote Batman versus the TMNT.
Well, then it should be good, because that was very well handled.
Yeah, there were some jokes in here I liked, and there were some certain shots that were funny. It's just, okay, my big problem with this is the Titans are just too flat. They stand out like a sore thumb in these backgrounds. Like, there's not a decent background where they blend in. They just stick out.
It doesn't help that, like, the Titans, the 2005 Titans, are given a degree of cell shading.
Yeah.
And it's because it's like, oh, it's meant to be dramatic, and then the regular Titans don't, so they just look really weird and out of place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, there is one shot where it looks good, where Robin's standing and he's brooding. OG Robin is standing and he's, clenching his fist. Okay, that looks good. That shot looks good, but whenever it's in motion, it just looks bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
The line work is so paper thin. Like,
Yeah, and the
around
animation is just so stilted and just stiff.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we've been waiting for this to happen for 6 years. For 6 years, we've been waiting for this, and they couldn't have invested more money into this to make the animation for the OG Titans round out. Like,
Rich, WB, where's the budget?
This is true. This is true. I mean,
did you see how much we probably spent on that Batman Ninja Turtles thing? I mean, look, at least we got that, Rich, and that was great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least that was.
We did a video about how great that is. People go check that out on your channel.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. They should. Okay, so I'm going to predict something. I'm going to predict that maybe this guy, this ringmaster, or this failed villain. What was the name of that villain they fought in the games, like where he absorbed their powers? Master. Okay, yeah, Game Master. Like this Game Master wannabe. I'm going to predict right now that maybe he summons both Titans and they have to fight each other, because that looks like what it's going to do. Like maybe they're both summoned, they fight each other, and then that's when they stop and they realize, okay, why are we fighting each other? And then Trigon comes out of nowhere saying, haha, we put this whole thing together to have you both destroy each other. But since you didn't do that,
I would bet the blue guy is probably Teen Titans Go Trigon shapeshifted.
Yeah,
because
and it was to get them all together, and then it's like, real Trigon will show up, and then that'll be like, we're villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Ravens were out together in that scene, being like, okay, what's going on? Okay, we know who's going in. Then probably Trigon will show up, be like, we're bad. Boom.
I could have swore Teen Titans Go Trigon was good, by the way. Like, he loved his kid or something.
He did, but he still decided to be a bad guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so our final predictions. What do we think of this trailer, and what kind of indication is that going to give us for the film? Like, what do we think?
It looks the same as the show has always been, the same as the movie's always been. It tries to fill itself with meta humor after the fact that people were upset, almost to the degree of just making episodes to insult its audience. They themselves don't know who their audience is, because they have said in different interviews, well, this isn't made for the original audience. It's made for the new audience. But then they have jokes about sitcoms from the 80s that no kid's going to get.
Yeah, so it's just confused.
So like they don't know their audience, when really all they need to say is, look, the studio wanted a cash grab to easily make something to get money, because Cartoon Network doesn't know how to make shows anymore.
It's so true. Well, that's another thing that I had a lot of people. I saw a lot of people asking, why isn't this a Cartoon Network special? Why is this a straight to Blu-ray thing? Because I feel like
sucks at what it does.
Okay, that's true, but I'm like, okay, this could be a perfect opportunity for you to get some views in, because Teen Titan Go, its viewing figures have sucked. So if you wanted to just spike it up, then air this and then have it go to Blu-ray. I don't
even see, like, what do they get? Like,
yeah,
like from the idea of like from between. Oh, this, by the way, this goes back to why like fucking DC is so shitty. they have a streaming service.
Yes, they do.
They make animated movies, and yet they're like, yeah, we just put them out on DVD. Then what's the point of having a streaming service?
Yeah, no, that's another good point. You brought it. You hit the nail on the head right there. It's like, why not make this? Because they've been doing that. They're putting out their newer DC animated films digital first. Then they're putting it on the DC Universe app the same day it goes on physical media. So why didn't they just do that with this? Why didn't they just make this a DC Universe exclusive and then release it on Blu-ray like they're doing with Titans, Doom Patrol, and eventually the other shows? Like, why? I feel like this would give people a reason to subscribe to the DC Universe just to see this movie, regardless if it's good or not.
There's no point. From what we all have heard under the grapevine, is like that's crap not shutting down.
Yeah. It's just gonna merge with
Warner Brothers.
Right.
Yeah, and then
which they should have done it anyways because
they should have. Yeah,
they gained nothing by being like, all the Warner Brother content over here. Where's the DC content? Oh, we put it over here. What? Well, doesn't that mean you have to pay for the upkeep of 2 different like servers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're gonna do that. They're gonna keep the DC Universe app around, but they're just gonna move some shit over there and then still have it on the DCU app.
I don't want this to be bad.
No. Okay. I see potential in this. The writer who wrote Henry, who wrote the Batman vs. Timothy, that was a great script, and I feel like, okay, if you take that and you put it in here, I feel like this has the potential to probably be the best Teen Titans related thing this year. Maybe I don't know.
What's the competition?
That's true. Yeah, what is the competition? Because it's like, okay, I mean, Warner Brothers kills it regardless without competition with their direct-to-DVD animated films. But
yeah,
they
don't have a competitor in the direct animated film stop Marvel.
No, yeah, exactly. So I see potential here. I really think that this could be good. It's just like you guys brought up, that I can see this being nothing more than, okay, it's been built up, and the build-up is not hype-worthy enough because they kept hammering this shit in Teen Titans Go. So I'm not that hyped about this. I'm happy it's coming out. I'm just not hyped.
Isn't there an episode? Why, boy? Maybe you'll remember because we binged Teen Titans Go together.
Yeah.
Wasn't there an episode where Control Freak was like, "Look at you guys, you used to be cool," and like literally the episode is Control Freak being like, "Remember when you guys didn't suck?"
Yeah, because then we brought them back to like the classic Teen Titans age and all that, and then they basically did all those sort of like meta jokes and all that. So,
yeah, exactly.
It's basically the same sort of joke. Just that it really is it. It's basically the same jokes we've seen Teen Titans Go, told again in this movie. Probably going to be the same thing like the movie as well. They're probably going to do like those, like just poking stuff jokes, being like, look, superhero tropes. Isn't this silly?
It's like a bad Deadpool.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of summing it up. I mean, because, okay, the Teen Titans Go humor, you know what you're getting, and they obviously did their homework on the OG Titans because, Robin is the edgy one. He's the leader who spouts out lessons and shit. Starfire's Starfire. There's really no difference between her and her OG counterpart. Raven is the same as her OG counterpart. We didn't get a look at Beast Boy.
Except in scenes...
Yeah,
where Raven will act completely out of character for the sake of the joke.
Yes, exactly. Like where she's flying along with her group, running to attack the TTG Titans. She hangs her mouth down and just goes, ah. I'm like, Raven would never do that. What the hell? Who wrote that?
Well, you had to make her look action-packed because the animation's so stilted.
I know, that's so true. Like, that's probably gonna be my one complaint that brings this movie down. It's like the animation for the Teen Titans, like it's just bad. Like this is not.
The thing is though, you couldn't even bring in the original team because if you think about it, if you mix those two animation styles, it would probably just make Teen Titans Go look worse.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, like maybe that was their intention. Maybe they didn't want, because I like to think maybe they didn't want to go through that hassle of bringing back the original crew who worked on the Teen Titans animation, or even doing this digitally painted. They just were like, nope, do it in Flash. We want to get this out already. Do it in Flash. We don't care if the Teen Titans Go counterparts look better than them. Just do it.
It could be like a Turtles Forever like thing, like Nero says, but instead of them like hating Teen Titans Go and liking OG, it could be the opposite. They're probably going to show like OGs being like, oh, you thought these guys were serious? Look, they can be exactly as goofy as these guys.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah, exactly.
What people don't seem to realize, for the fans who love the original Teen Titans cartoon, it was a goofy ass show. I don't know why so many people thought like even Teen Titans Go doesn't seem to get it, where it's like, we were so dramatic. Did you watch the original show? Which, according to the creators, they said they didn't, and then they backtracked and said they did.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch the original show. It's really not that dramatic. It's really goofy.
Yeah.
It has dramatic and dark moments and character development, but it's not like that all the time. It is. It's a hybrid of goofiness and drama.
they have like two serious villains. They have like Deathstroke and Trigon are like the most serious. Like the rest, like Mother May I was this goofy witch who made pies. Mumbo Jumbo was a goofy magician. Mad Mod was just British humor personified. Like most of the stuff was just camp as hell.
It was, yeah. I don't really get the reason for people thinking it was more serious than it originally was. So, I mean, at least they kept that here. I'm happy that at least they kept their character traits. But I don't know. I feel like something's without the proper animation. They got half of it right, but they didn't get the full thing right.
Well, this is why I got annoyed with the idea once I started watching Teen Titans Go and comparing it to the original, was that the original had a understanding of comedy, because like every character had a distinct personality that fit to accentuate with other characters. You know, Beast Boy's the little brother, Cyborg's the big brother, Starfire is the fish out of water, Raven is the common collective, and Robin's like Leo. He's the leader.
Yeah, exactly. He's just the leader. He's angsty. He acts like a teenager sometimes. He's brooding. Like,
but then you get to like Teen Titans Go. Everybody has the same personality. It's the same problem with the new Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
The new Ninja Turtle thing that's on right now. What's it called? Rise of?
Yeah, Rise.
Yeah. Well, Rise of the Ninja Turtles, or basically Ninja Turtles Go, is everybody's Mikey. And you screw up the humor dynamic, because now the humor doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay, someone in my comment section brought up the high five weren't menacing either. That's a great point. That just proves the point.
Yeah.
Was it Seymour?
C-Spidenter.
Yeah, was it who's the kid? The little munchkin with the
Gizmo.
Yeah.
You know, you had that one great bit where Kid Flash comes up to Mammoth and steals like his bag of chips, and he says, "I actually paid for that."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's funny. It's like, I don't know. So wait, hold on. I just realized something. I don't think we ever got to see. I don't even think we got to hear OG Beast Boy talk. I heard and saw. Whatchamacallit. I heard Teen Titans Go Beast Boy talk, but OG Beast Boy didn't really get any lines in this trailer.
No.
What's the point? It's the same exact personality.
No, maybe so. Yeah, I guess they were like, okay,
something, dude. I turn into animules. They're green.
Yeah, it's like. I want to know, how did the Titans get these Tron-looking suits? Like, if they're like, I'm under the impression that they're just summoned here, but have the Teen Titans Go? I'm sorry, have the original Titans just got here and they gave them these cool suits? Like, okay, here, put on these cool suits so we can distinguish you from these guys. Okay, now take off those.
Maybe the suits were mind control devices.
Yeah, or maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't really see anything. Or maybe
it's just for the reveal.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they're time travel suits, because they did say they found a way back.
See, they should have gotten the guy who wrote Samurai Quack.
That
knew how to do great meta humor where it's like, we must have a preparatory montage. Why? Well, its many interesting compositions will build great dramatic tension.
Yeah, I don't feel. Right. Yeah. Oh my God, he was. I don't really feel like the fighting in this is going to be. I mean, it looks good, but I don't think the action is going to be.
I really wish, if they had to pick a villain to bring them together, I really wish it was Slade, just because it would have been nice to see Ron Perlman play Goofy Slade.
I know.
Ron Perlman Slade.
Yeah, I know. If they also got Teen Titans Go Slade, it would have been nice to hear Will Arnett.
Oh no, that movie made me hate Will Arnett as a freaking performer. That's why I realized, you know what, I'm sick of Will Arnett being in stuff.
Yeah, I still would have liked it.
I like Ron Perlman way more. And Ron Perlman can do humor.
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, yeah. I think we've pretty much said all we've said. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is something, like I said, this has been something they've been teasing for the last 6 years, and now that Spider-Verse came out last year, they're like, okay, why do we just need to stop with the OG and the Teen Titans Go? Let's throw all the Titans in there.
So that begs the question, like, they've been teasing this for like 6 years. Is it too late?
I don't know.
The boat's kind of already like sailed, and it's like, does it really matter? Like, I imagine Teen Titans Go has to be getting canceled soon.
Yeah, no, it's got to, because it can't go on for another season. I don't see it. Like,
there's no way it could be this generic and the toy sales are still there.
Yeah.
And we all know the toy sale argument is a lie because, and you and I've had that conversation, Rich, where
yes, we have.
Where it's like, well, these shows exist because the toy sales are what keeps them alive. That's not true because I've seen shelves flooded and constantly never selling of certain toys, and the shows are still out there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. One of my commenters, C-SPA Dinner, said maybe they were given the suits by Batman. Maybe Batman gave the OG Titans those suits.
Yep,
oh my God! Wouldn't you want to see that movie more, where the Titans are integrated?
Yes. Oh my God! They were originally supposed to do the Justice League crossover with Teen Titans.
Remember when Static Shock promised us, "Hey, where's Robin? He's with the Titans." Who? You'll meet them sometime. No, you won't.
Yeah, that's code for you're never going to meet them.
We'll meet them in Young Justice.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, so I guess
Young Justice though.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. He does. He's not that good.
He's very sad. He's sad a lot of the times.
Yeah.
He's sad shock. He's no longer static. He's sad shock.
So Static's there, but he doesn't do anything. It's just he's more like an Easter egg where it's like, "Hey, Virgil." Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have any final thoughts, or you know,
White boy? You know, you've been around the bush with me on this show. I mean,
yeah.
Does this trailer look like, yeah, man, it was gonna happen, or is it like, just get canceled already and give us something else?
No, it does not look good.
Like this, Mau's terrible. I feel like Infinity Train is like the last bastion of hope, where it's like, okay, so they canceled OKKO. We're gonna get Infinity Train. Let's hope that is at least good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Craig of the Creek.
Yeah, no, I agree with you and Y-Boy. I think, like, okay, had they not teased this so many times, I think the hype would have been there. But, you know, if I see potential, I really think, if anything, this could probably be the best Teen Titans thing to come out this year. But I really don't think, in my opinion, yeah, it's great to see the OG Titans, but I'm like, what's the point of hyping up their return in this trailer? Because you already kind of teased us that they were coming anyway. So it doesn't feel, you don't get that sense of feeling like, oh my God, they're back. I can't believe it. I'm so excited they're back. It's like, here, they're like, no, we already they already showed up multiple times. So what's the point?
You already got that in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking a step further, do we honestly believe that they're going to act like they're characters from the original show? Like, you don't think they're going to dial them up to 11 in this?
I hope that, because I mean, I still do love the original Teen Titans, and their characters is what made me fall in love with them in the first place. But I mean, some of what I see is there. I mean, Robin is the same, Beastborg, Starfire are completely the same. I don't know. I pretty much guarantee OG Beast Boy is going to be the same damn character. I mean, maybe he'll have some serious moments. That would be cool. And OG Raven is only out of character once in this film, and that's it. So I don't know. I really feel like, man, we waited 6 years. We've waited almost 20 years to see the original Teen Titans come back, and it all led up to this.
See, that's my concern, where it's going to be going into like Turtles Forever territory, where Turtles Forever, they clearly didn't remember the 80s show, because it's like, so the 80s Turtles are just like idiots. And it's like, no, they were goofy, certainly, because it was a toy commercial for children in the 80s. But, like, they were still charming characters. Oh, no, so they're idiots. And, like, the whole movie just like, look how stupid they are. Thank God we have the 2003 Turtles, and we gave you real Turtles now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think that here. It's like I said, I think the writer, there is clear passion here. The team obviously has watched both shows, and they clearly are paying respect to Teen Titans as a whole. So I don't really think the serious Titans are going to be dumbed down or turned up to 11 like you said, and then the OG Titans are going to be like, the Teen Titans Go Titans are going to be like, why do people like these Titans again? Like, it'd be funny, but I think that would just piss people off.
Yeah, but that's also like the joke they make in like the episodes already with like Control Freak, where it's like, you know, we're like, that's why they have that whole clown episode Which is all just a meta thing where it's like, of course, Rich, of course you liked Teen Titans. You were a stupid child. Everything looked better when you were a stupid child. You're an adult now. You can realize how dumb it is. And it's like, well, it might have been goofy, and I might have loved it as a child, but as an adult, I can still look back on something and still be fond of it. I grew up with Power Rangers. I acknowledge Power Rangers was goofy. That said, I still think Power Rangers was an enjoyable show.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I grew up with Teen Titans, and it had its goofy moments, sure, but looking back, it doesn't, like, it still holds up to some extent. It's not dated in any area. I feel like Teen Titans Go will date faster than the original.
Because Teen Titans Go is making references to stuff that, like, the young audience has, like they made, was it Little Wonder? Like, Cyborg makes a joke where it's like, that little robot girl they kept in the closet, and you're like, no kid watching this has any idea what that is.
Exactly, yeah. Final art. So yeah, you pretty much sum up. We're gonna wait. I think it's best that the three of us just wait and see. I have some expectations. I'm just hoping for something good. If it's at least good and enjoyable and it pays homage to everything Teen Titans related, then that's good enough for me. I'll be happy with it.
Oh, yeah, like I don't think that there's an impossibility of it being good. Again, like Ninja Turtles crosses over with Batman. Wow, what a creatively bankrupt idea. It's clear this is a toy commercial, which is great, by the way, Rich, because after the fact, we found toys.
Yes, exactly. I know.
Way after the fact, you and I were like, oh, sweet. I can get like an Alfred action figure for my shelf.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I want. I want an Alfred action figure for my shelf.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, if you could take something that's just like, okay, yeah, Batman crosses over with Turtles. Okay, cash grab, got it, but it was great. It had wonderful humor, good action, remarkably dark at some places, to the point where it's almost like, what audience is this made for? Because like some scenes.
Mm-hmm. Here, though, I think you know what you're going to get. If you're an OG Teen Titans fan, for the most part, I think you're going to be satisfied with what you get. If you're a Teen Titans Go fan, then you know what you're going to get. So I feel like it can't possibly subvert your expectations unless it does something super. Well, actually, no, wait. I just thought of something. Why did they end the shot showing all of the other Titans? That's something they could have actually saved in the movie. That would have been a great surprise. Like,
WB, why bother?
Okay, fair enough.
And money.
Yeah, never mind.
I mean, I'm more upset at the idea where it's like group shot of all the Titans. Question: what about the large group of Titans that were at the end of the show, where you had like 50 plus different characters?
Yeah, it's like.
You know the funny thing is, if they approved that and they just made Teen Titans Unlimited, and they were like, hey, you remember at the end of that show when we gave you that beautiful group shot of like everybody getting ready to beat the hell out of Dr. Light? Yes. What if we just picked up from that and like each season is a different set of Titans in a different city? Or what if each episode is just a rotating episode of different Titans? I guarantee you pitch that idea, you run through with it, it would be successful. And then you just fold it into the Bruce Timm universe. Like, Warner Brothers has no creative integrity, so just bank on the nostalgia factor, and just lean into that.
Exactly, yeah. All right, then. Well, I think we pretty much said all we've said about this trailer, and, well, just be good. That's all I asked for. Just
isn't that what we all can really ask for at the end of the day? Like this Return to Zombie Island.
Okay, if this is better than Return to Zombie Island, we're going to. That's it. We're living in Bizarre World.
Well,
we're living in Bizarre.
Considering Return to Zombie Island's trailer already indicates, okay, so you're retconning a bunch of stuff that actually happened, or you're flat out ignoring continuity that was actually established. Yeah, this is probably already going to be better.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you brought up Infinity Train, and speaking of Infinity Train, we finally have a premiere date. August. Wait, what was it again? I know it was somewhere in August. I think it's August 5th.
I was going to say, Cartoon Network's like, oh, we already canceled it.
Yeah.
It didn't even see like we Swamp Thing'd it.
Yeah, exactly. We pulled a Swamp Thing.
Just cancel it. No one cares. It's like, oh.
Yeah. So it's coming out on April 5th, and they're going to
August
have
5th.
it be a 5. Yeah, it's going to be a 5-night event. They're going to show, I'm assuming 5 episodes. So they're Stevie bombing it. That's what this is. They're doing.
I gotta ask from a business standpoint. Do the episode bombs actually work better in a release dating format in comparison to? Okay, when I was growing up, when I was a lad, I was growing up back then, it used to be like you got one new episode a week.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
But now it's like you get a new episode every day for a week. Which do you think? Do you think, in terms of a business angle, is that a good idea, or do you think that causes your network to burn out of your property faster?
I think so, yeah, because, okay, if they were just doing it, like, maybe if it was a 2-night event thing, I think it would have been fine, because then, they would have said, okay, yeah, you saw the first episode, now come back tomorrow night and we'll show the second episode. If they would have done that, I think it would have been fine, but, yeah, showing 5 episodes, expanding it to 5 nights, I really feel like, okay, you're doing the Steven Universe thing. It works for Steven Universe because that fan base is so dedicated to the franchise that they're willing to watch every episode 5 nights.
It's kind of remarkable how dedicated that franchise is, in spite of the company clearly hating you.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas here, I mean, the Infinity Train franchise is in its infancy. So how do they know fans who have been looking forward to this for 3 damn years? How do they know they're going to be super committed to it by watching 5 episodes a night? Like, I don't understand that.
Because it's a new IP, all I'm thinking of is, like, you're going to burn through it quickly. Because I know the idea is, like, well, if you look at the episode on, like, our channel, the pilot did very well. Okay, but that's the pilot. For all we know, that's where the bulk of your talent was. You had one good thing in you, and now you're done. You're dried up. The well's already tapped.
Yeah, I know. I hope not, because, I mean, again, they're obviously going to redo that pilot, and it's not going to be the pilot. So I don't know. I really feel like, okay, I understand they're wanting to get us hyped for this. They've spent so much time marketing it in clever ways, but I'm just thinking, okay, well, why not just make it a 2-night event and then start airing the episodes once a week? Like, why can't you do that? Like, why do you feel the need to air 5 episodes and then give us more next week? Like, I feel like that's going to burn us out too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like,
I think it's just going to, like, people are going to get, like, either bored by it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless the episodes are that damn good that we're like, oh yeah, I'm excited for for tomorrow to see the next episode. They better.
Here's my question. Like, you said 5 episodes.
Yes, 5 episodes.
Is it 2? Is it an A episode and a B episode each?
It would have to be, wouldn't it? Because I don't know.
That'd be 10 episodes they're going to burn through already?
Maybe, yeah. I haven't heard.
Yeah, depending on the actual formatting of the episode, because it could just be like a total A episode, like each episode. Like, it's only an assumption it's going to be an A or a B thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what they're doing. They're probably just going to show the first 5 episodes, just 5, and if they're singular episodes, then they're going to show those 5 nights that week in August. But if they do have a B side episode, then yeah, you're right. It's pretty much okay. So in total, that's 10 episodes. So I feel like if they were to do that, then people would really get burnt out. It's like
have they been doing the bombing method for every, like, did they regular show, Adventure Time, Steve and You, Craig of the Creek?
Yeah, they have, but I feel like, okay, with those shows, like with regular show, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, like I said, those are the old shows. Those had those fan bases are super dedicated and are willing to do that. The Cartoon Network is assuming, oh, you new fans of Infinity Train, are you willing to sit through 5 nights for us showing the first 5 episodes? Cool.
It's hard to call ourselves fans. We know that the pilot doesn't suck, but I mean, like,
yeah, no, I mean,
you're asking for a lot of investment.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just surprised they haven't announced, oh, hey, we're renewing Infinity Train for season 2. Like, greenlight it.
Well, I always get concerned about that, where it's like we already approved the second season before it's even over. Like they did the same thing with Amphibia. Before Amphibia even premiered, they were like, season 2 approved, and it's like, oh, it's a good thing Amphibia like turned out not to suck.
Yeah. Or we'd be stuck with 2 seasons of crap.
It's so true.
Because like they did the same thing with DuckTales, where it's like DuckTales, man, we got like 3 seasons lined up, and the first one hasn't even premiered. Oh, awesome! Because the pilot was pretty good, and then as we watched it, and this is especially for me and Whiteboy, where it's like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah, it must be some sort of like just group of just viewers that they have on standby to be like, oh wow, our group of like our controlled audience has liked this show, so we must put out a second season because everyone else will like it as well.
It's like they don't realize a controlled group doesn't work because that is it literally, like the name describes, it is a controlled group. You have a group of like 12 people in a room. These 12 people all liked it. Okay, you know how many people exist on the planet that will watch this, though? You can't guarantee all of them are going to love it. There's no guarantee of that whatsoever.
Right.
It's true. It's true, yeah. I don't know. To me, it feels like it's kind of a big risk. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for Infinity Train, and yeah, okay, finally, you gave us a release date. Thank you. But I don't know, 5 episodes a night? Like, looking at it now that I've had time to process it, I'm like, you're taking an awful risk showing 5 episodes a night. Like, I feel like maybe if the show was towards the tail end of its first season, then you can do that. But starting off with it, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think starting off with it is just a bad idea because I understand the executive mindset of if we get it out as fast as possible, it will build up a fan base as fast as possible. But that's not how fan bases work. You have to take it like first off, kids aren't probably going to stay up to watch certain things, irregardless.
No.
And like obviously, it's weird. A lot of these shows that they release seem to have a bigger adult audience for them. Adventure Time. Especially
regular show,
regular Creek. It seems like these shows have garnered more attention from adult audiences than the kid audiences that they aim for. And
it's almost like if they had an adult program, maybe they could put this on there.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter. Adult Swim just shows anime. I love anime, but it's like it wouldn't kill Adult Swim to be like, you guys don't have to just have like dubbed anime.
Right.
It's true, yeah. So I don't know. Unless their plan is, because they haven't announced when the rest of the episodes will drop. So maybe they're just going to show the first 5 episodes in August, and then maybe they're going to show the rest of the season maybe in October. Because I feel like if you did that, if you gave your audience 2 months to kind of get themselves ready and decide if they want to continue with this or not, then I feel like, okay, that's a good way of building up your fan base. You're letting it breathe and you're letting it take its time. But if you just announce, oh yeah, by the way, catch more episodes of Infinity Train next week, then I feel like, yeah, you're kind of burning yourself out too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it'd be better to just take a 2-month hiatus and then show the rest of the season?
Well, here's the problem with that is you run into the Young Justice situation, which is like, here's the pilot. 9 months later, Young Justice is coming back, huh?
Yeah, even for like a 2-month hiatus, people will start forgetting about it.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? You know,
I'd argue maybe do like a 2-hour premiere and show the same first 2 episodes, maybe like twice. You know, so it's like A, B1 and A and B2, and just show it like one after the other and one after the other again, and there you go. People be able to get situated with it, get to acknowledge it, and then like next week tune in, same Infinity Train time, whatever the hell channel, whatever. Also, probably wouldn't kill them to have a regular time slot.
Yeah, exactly. I hope they've figured out a regular time slot, because if they haven't, then I feel like, okay, they're hyping this show up because they know we're excited for it, but they're not paying attention to the little things that they need to take care of, like a time slot and what weekdays this going to play. Are they going to show the episodes? Because they got to remember, August is the month everyone goes back to school or college. So
that's another thing.
Why
is it during a time when there isn't on a school break that could at least guarantee the 5 the 5 days showing of it. At least shows, like the kids are home.
Yeah, exactly. Now that you brought it up, yeah, exactly. Like if they were to show the episodes next week, I feel like okay, that's good because summer's almost over and you can finally put out these episodes and you can talk more about it at San Diego Comic-Con and announce, okay, yeah, here's when we're dropping the rest of the episodes, blah blah blah. If you did that, I feel like okay, there you go. Like that makes sense. That's a perfect idea to do it. But no, they're waiting till August, like the beginning of August to do that. I feel like that's another thing that's probably risky. I think they're underestimating this new fan base. Like I think that's what they're doing. They're just underestimating that everyone's going to watch.
White people, it's like a bunch of old folks are still running the joint, and they don't seem to realize it's like things are different than when you. First off, streaming exists now.
Yes,
like, keep that in mind. Streaming exists. They should be putting these episodes then, not even worry about just their network channel. They should be on their official YouTube channel for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, or even better, like put it on their Cartoon Network app because they've done this with Steven Universe in the past. Whenever they have new episodes, they show it first on the app and then they wait a week or two to show it on the network TV. So why not just do that here? Why not just show the first 5 episodes on your app next week and then put it out on network TV? In August, so that way, okay, people will be watching it on their streaming devices, and people who don't have a streaming service can just watch it on TV. It's a win-win.
See, this is where, like, for me and Y-Boy, we prefer shows where it's like one episode a week. Because, like, once a week, he and I will sit down and we'll catch up on anime that we're watching. Like, we just started Fire Force. We were doing JoJo season 5, I think.
Yeah. And Dr. Stone.
And Dr. Stone. And it's like once a week you get a new episode, and that's great. But then it's like Amphibia feels like it drops every day.
Yeah, I know.
And no one has that time. No one has the time to invest in watching a show about frogs every day.
No, yeah, I'm with you guys. I prefer it to be once a week because if a new episode is coming out, that motivates me to catch up. So, I don't know. It's like we've been saying,
Well, I think
there were better ways they could have done.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it feels like what they want to do is they want to meet you middle of the road where it's like, okay, so like the new thing about watching shows is binge watching. And that's like your Netflix thing, like Netflix comes out, here's a show, you could binge it. It's like they want you to binge it, but they don't realize you're putting it all on television though. I don't have the tools that allows me to like binge it at my leisure.
Yeah, that's a good point. That just brings it back to my original statement. Why not put it on your on your Cartoon Network app or YouTube for free? Hell, Disney put the DuckTales pilot out for free on their YouTube channel. So why don't you do that with this? Because that's essentially how this all started, and it would be cool. And then put it on network TV because network TV, they know better by now. They're like, network TV is dying. Barely anybody watches network TV anymore. Some people do, but most people watch shit on streaming service devices. So why are they not putting? Yeah, exactly. It'd
be more convenient if there's an app I can go to and be like, oh, check it out, Rich. We can watch the first 5 episodes of Infinity Train, and we can watch it at our own pace. But by releasing it all on television, be like, now they can binge it like Netflix. Except I can't because it's on television, which means I have to put everything aside and drop everything because this is the only time I can watch it.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. Not everybody has free time. Like I'm just like, yeah, no, it's like, why? It's like, if you want this to be, you can't have it both ways. If you want this to be a binge watch show, put it on your streaming service. If you want it to be a network show that airs episodes once a week, then do that. You can't have it both ways. You can't try and meet people in the middle of the road because, again, some people are going back to school or college or getting ready for college. They're not going to have the time to watch the shows. And then they're going to say, oh, well, the viewing figures aren't good. We're going to have to cancel it after one long season.
Yeah, basically, they want to have their cake and just, like, eat it too.
Scarf it all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What if we have the cake all at once? Well, that makes people sick. Does it? Yes.
Yeah, very sick.
Yeah.
And it's a new it's a new IP. It doesn't matter if it's like, well, the internet shows that it has a good fan base. Okay, but you know that it being online means we all have the leisure to check when it was at, like, we all got to watch the pilot at our leisure. It's not like all of us spontaneously saw the pilot at the exact same time.
No, I agree. Yes, I feel like they're seriously underestimating this new fan base that's coming together. Like they're trying so hard to be Netflix on their ironically on their network side instead of on their streaming service side. So I don't know. I really don't know. I can only hope that these
YouTube channel.
Yeah, they do. I can only hope that these episodes are so good that they're worth waiting waiting the next day to have you watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really all you can hope for at this point. Because
it is.
I mean, you love the Infinity Train.
I loved it so much. I've just been trying to think about this whole special this whole time. I'm trying to figure like the best sort of way that they could do like a big sort of Steven Universe bomb sort of thing. And just depending on just basically like if it's going to be like a 22-minute series or 11-minute like mini episodes and all that.
Well, you sort of you were out of the loop in terms of the popular watching of shows. Like you didn't regularly tune in for Adventure Time, regular show, Stephen U. These were the shows you actually kind of glazed over.
Yeah, I just glazed over. I just never had a chance to watch them as I never just went out there because around that time I was mostly into like TV sort of stuff, and like in Canada I didn't get those shows as often as people usually do.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, so I can understand where like a bomb could be good for like the very beginning, but it definitely, like you said, like if they put too much content out of the very beginning, then they burn through it too quickly. But at the same time, it would also be like the fastest way to basically grow something. Like if it is like top quality sort of stuff, like with Amphibia, because there were so many episodes that came out just right away, basically set up like a comedy episode, it set up a story episode, and basically just got you wrapped up in the world of it. That's what happened when it bombed. So maybe like Infinity Train could do something similar, but that would only depend on like what the actual quality of the actual show is.
I agree. Yeah, that it's like you said. That's all we can hope for.
Not to mention, Disney has the clout to be like, well, 9 times out of 10, we do produce pretty good stuff, so it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, no.
With Cartoon Network, it's like it's a crapshoot. You never know.
No, yeah, exactly. So I don't know either. I feel like okay, hopefully this pays off, but if it doesn't, then yeah, it's like we said, you know, like you gave us too much too early. Like you want to focus on building up this fan base rather than having all these episodes space out in between.
I mean, it would be unfortunate if this show dropped and it tanked because the pilot looked promising. Because the pilot introduces a concept that essentially makes it limitless in terms of storytelling mechanics. Because it's like any train is its own microcosm. So they could go to like a medieval world. They can go to an alien planet. They can go to hell. They can go to heaven. They could go meet a pantheon of gods. It literally is endless. And it makes you wonder if it's like, could this pull an Adventure Time where it's like it does very well, where it's very Adventure Time does a great job with like surrealism and exploring actual like really a lot of surreal concepts and ideas about coming of age and growing up, and it makes you wonder where it's like we're just gonna like toss up 5 episodes, it's just gonna burn through this like way too quickly and it'll be just like tapped out.
Yeah, I know. I think that's pretty much all we can say. Just let's hope for the best. Yeah. So we have one more thing to talk about, and I didn't know about this, but Nero brought this to my attention. So, do you want to go ahead and explain this, Nero?
They're making another Flintstones. I don't know what else to say. Like, look, I like the Flintstones, and even I'm like, I don't even know if I want this because like. You guys clearly like one Hanna-Barbera property. You guys like the dog. You guys don't even give a crap about any of the other ones. Like the most recent Flintstone thing I can think of they did, besides the comic that got canceled quickly, was
the wrestling movie.
Yeah, the the WWE team's like John Cena is like Mr. Slate's like nephew. Okay.
Yeah, and it was a cute little special, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay. Whenever Seth MacFarlane said he wanted to reboot the Flintstones and make it kind of his style, I was kind of indifferent because I'm like, okay,
you're gonna make Fred an
Seth,
asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Fred's already an asshole. What more can you do with him? Like, how do you make? Because this has always been the challenge people have always faced when rebooting the Flintstones. How do you make the Flintstones in modern times? Like, how do you still?
They're a modern Stone Age family.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, no, I'm not saying you have them set in modern day, but I'm saying, like, how do you still write the show in modern day? Like, how can this show be profitable and be?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, yeah, but I'm just like, the Flintstones died. It was groundbreaking for its time, but it's not like Scooby-Doo where it can have thousands upon thousands of incarnations and continuations and so many other possibilities. Like it's just the same thing. Like I feel like the comics did a pretty good job of exploring that, and I was very upset that it got canceled. But I'm like, okay, so now they want to continue with that idea, but they want to try and make it more adult.
So, okay, here's something.
Wasn't the Flintstones? Oh, go ahead.
C-Spot Dinner says the Flintstones isn't for children, and then when you get like, I'm sure the studio's like, of course it's for children. It's a cartoon, and it's like it was like the Honeymooners though. It was like a 7 p.m. style sitcom.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, C-Spot Dinner. That I forgot about that. Yeah, because okay. Like when they say they want to make it more adult, I'm like, but it was already adult to begin with because this show was not made for kids back in the days.
If only they had a network that showed adult-based animation where it could find its audience.
Nero, you're crazy. There's nothing that exists.
I know. I'm off the rails.
Exactly. I don't know. Like, I mean. Elizabeth.
I'm to the concept.
The concept is good, but I need to see it before I can fully get invested into it.
I'm just happy Seth's not involved because I don't respect him.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't think he's a good cartoon. Like, I don't think he creates quality work. I think he created one work and then he just kept doing that.
Yeah.
And his sense of humor too is it's very mean spirited. And this is coming from a guy whose favorite DC character is Lobo, who like openly eviscerates and murders people for lulz. And that's my favorite character. And I'm like, man, Family Guy was just too mean spirited for me.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, because okay, when you really get down to it. What the hell can what can the Flintstones do in 2019? Like, really, what kind of appeal do they still have? I mean, they have appeal to us, the older demographic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like, okay, if this was the Jetsons, then maybe you're onto something there because the Jetsons was so ahead of its time that I feel like, okay, if you were to take the Jetsons and write it in modern days, it could be very clever and it could really be.
You could actually do a commentary on illegal aliens with actual aliens on Earth, and it's like maybe George is a little bit racist. Like he's like, oh, these illegal aliens are coming in, but Elroy makes friends with like a little alien kid at school, and maybe Judy dates an alien girl, and it's like, oh shit, now George is gonna be. His concepts of life and shit are going to be challenged, and now he has to grow as a person.
Yeah, and you can't really just do that with the Flintstones, unfortunately, because based on where they start off being like the sort of honeymoon sort of stage of technology and such, like if you try to like push that further down the line and all that, it's going to clash like aesthetically with any sort of theme you try to pull out there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there were previous Flintstone. Yeah, no, there were previous Flintstone incarnations that tried to make them more adult in the modern times. Like there was this one special that had Fred and Velma go to try and rework their marriage, and Velma comes out and barbarian lingerie. Yeah, sorry, Wilma. What? God damn it! I got Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Velma. No,
Velma.
well, it doesn't help that they have
in a time machine, and then she went and she was just banging Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, exactly. There was no Wilma. Oh, me too. Okay, I'm sorry. Wilma, yeah. Where Wilma was in skimpy lingerie clothing, and then there was another one where they tried to parody the Osbournes, but with Barney and his family, and those failed so bad because they were contrasting with like what Y Boy said, the aesthetic of what it was supposed to be. It's not supposed to be this gritty, adult cartoon that has cursing and sex in it. Like, no, it's not meant to be that. So trying to make it that, it's just portraying what made the Flintstones what they were in the first place.
It's Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, where it's like, this isn't your dad's Scooby-Doo. This is like Evil meets Scooby-Doo. And it's like, it's a neat concept because Scooby-Doo could kind of be inserted into anything. But nobody really asked for like a version where like in the Scooby-Doo universe there's an umbrella corporation that like that was like experimenting on super dogs or something. It's kind of almost weird that Mystery Inc. was enjoyable as it was, given its core concept of like Lovecraftian gods, and you're like, this shouldn't work.
But it did. See, that's the thing. That it's like what we've been saying. Certain Hanna-Barbera properties can work in modern times today, given how writing for animated shows has changed dramatically. Like, so I feel like, okay, if this was any other show, if this was the Jetsons, this could be good. Because it could be it could be not only a commentary but a satire of modern day society and how, oh yeah, we face illegal immigrant problems, or oh yeah, we're trying to build a wall to keep said immigrants out, or
Mr.
we're going
Slate
through.
Could be the Trump analog.
Donald Trump, yes, exactly. Or you can have an episode where Mr. Slate, like, that's a good way. When the series comes back, have it be a continuation, but have Mr. Slate be Donald Trump. Like, just have him be Donald Trump. Is like, Jetson, I'm gonna build a wall.
Mr. Space Lane, yeah. I'm gonna build a wall around Earth and keep out the aliens. Mr. What? Like, this will never work, Mr. Space. Mr. Space, the aliens come here through like legal means, and then they just sort of stay here, right? No, they sneak up on Earth when we least suspect them to. I think that's true.
Yeah,
Mr. Space Lane.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I want to get rid of the aliens. It's like, that could be funny. That could be very great.
If I build a ring around Earth like Saturn, there's no way they're going to get past that ring. I mean, it's in space, so I guess they could fly over it.
Yeah.
And then we all just like,
exactly.
Just tell them how to get over it, man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like,
I think the Flintstones could work, but like,
it depends.
My thing is, like, what would really change though? Like, even if we kept to the core concept, modern Stone Age family, so it's just going to be a slice of life sitcom. That's it. Like,
yeah. I mean, you don't have them get into any wacky shenanigans
or
anything else.
Like, it's not impossible to make that interesting because, I mean, you could explore, the family dynamic and relationships, make it really character driven. That's not impossible.
Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, I'm really sold on our Jetsons idea. If we're all being a little honest, I think we pitched a really solid idea. Where it's like, man, we pitched a solid idea for exploring the Jetsons.
Yes, exactly, because it works. Like, if this was any other show, like if we would be okay with bringing back, it'd be Jetsons, Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, Blue Falcon, any one of these shows that can work.
I still don't understand. Johnny Quest still isn't coming back. Like, in this age of like people, according to the networks, especially over at CN, they like narrative-driven content just doesn't work. Episodic content is the way to go. That's even how we sell the toys. Okay, there's Johnny Quest. Make an episodic series about a kid going on adventures with his family, uncovering like hidden underground cities and like fighting mad scientists. I don't understand what the problem is.
No, me neither. Like none of Jetsons, Space Ghost, Johnny Quest. Like most of these shows aren't narrative, So you could eat your cake and have it too, So I don't understand, why are you allowing them to have the license for the Flintstones just so they can try and see if it'll work? I mean, in my opinion, I think they should look at the comics and take that as an inspiration on how to do the show.
Mhm.
Overall, it was pretty solid. It also played with good commentary.
It did, yeah. Like
stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So if
kids
you
and their unruliness.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like if you were to take that and adapt it, I think it'd be great. Although that's another thing. If it's a reboot, then does that mean we have to have Bam Bam and Pebbles grow up and eventually marry each other again? Like, what would be different?
I would
Just
honestly
like
argue,
that TV show it had.
I would honestly argue start from there. Like it's Bam Bam and Pebbles' family. Like that's the new Flintstones.
Yeah,
Like,
well, it's funny you mentioned that because it's funny you mentioned that because yeah, exactly, because they did originally have plans to do a Pebbles and Bam Bam show that would try to include hip and modern things from this modern day, but then they canceled it.
Let's if you're gonna try to do these things, then at least try to go for, like, it doesn't have to be. I'm really getting sick of the idea where people, like, every time like a film comes out, everyone always like argues where it's like, well, it wasn't groundbreaking. If everything is groundbreaking, nothing is groundbreaking. That's why, like, something like Adventure Time is like, it's a shock that Adventure Time was as good as it was.
Yes.
Because by all logic, like, it's about a kid and he hanged out with the dog and it's a goofy world. It's the living bubblegum. It sounds so stupid.
It does.
And then it plays with, like, surrealism, and it's a coming-of-age story, and it deals with, like, it's just with all sorts of weird metatextual concepts, like dealing with a relative having Alzheimer's. Like, it explores so much in a show that's, like, about a kid and a shape-shifting dog.
It does, yeah. I don't know. I need to see a trailer first. If they give me a trailer next year, then I'll make up my mind. But right now, I'm like,
well, Taylor,
I don't know. It's like, how do you
Scooby-Doo, which was it Be Cool? Be Cool looks terrible, and then Taylor and I watched it and we're like, oh my god.
Yeah, we like it.
This is hilarious.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I guess it got canceled because nobody was watching it because people got so hung up on just the art style of it. At least it was trying something different.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but
yeah,
credit where credit's due. You at least tried something different.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, the least you could do is just try and make this Flintstones different, but still have it have something from the original. Because, like I said, if you take it too far, I feel like, this isn't even a Flintstones reboot anymore.
Well, if you turn the Great Gazoo into, like, if you turn the Great Gazoo into like a Batmite character, where it's just like, oh, let's see what mysteries Fred will get in this week, and like something happens where it goes too dark, and he's like, oh, good God, we went too dark in some places. Let's reset. And he like reboots it again, and it's like you can have a great commentary where it's like you start off and it's like grim, gritty. Like, it's almost like the Sopranos of, like, Flintstones. And Great Gazoo's just like, what are we doing?
Exactly, yes. I like that. I would even be okay with them doing a pair. It's too bad, the Sopranos is long gone, but if they were to do a reboot of Flintstones back then while the Sopranos was still going on, like in that Harvey Birdman episode, I think that would have been great. That would have been just awesome to see Fred as Tony Soprano getting into all of these shenanigans with his family and handling the business. Yeah.
Like the first episode start off where it's like, okay, Bon, it's time to cook. You said it, Fred. And they're like making crystal meth. And Great Gazoo's like, what are we doing? This is a horrible idea for a reboot. Reset. Like he folds his arms like Genie. He just goes head up, Barbara, and he like bongs his head, and then it just changes it. And every episode is a reboot making fun of genre and film.
Yes.
So here's the gritty reboot. Here's like the stupid Teen Titans Go equivalent to the Flintstones, where it's like hey, Barney, yeah, Fred, hey, Barney, you want to go on an adventure? I sure do, Fred. And then they're like just being really stupid. And like Great Gazoo's like, this is too dumb. I'd like to think our audience has a monicum of an iota of an IQ level.
Mhm.
Like that's the thing. It could happen, but I think the thing is, and this has always been a Hanna-Barbera thing. Hanna-Barbera properties are always safe. They really are. They're really like the most advantageous thing they probably have done is like the Scooby-Doo and like the Lovecraft stuff, but probably like Space Ghost as like a talk show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're not risky anymore, and that's kind of why
And it's funny because like they don't have to take risks though, because it's like we just talked about this.
No.
I think we mentioned this on another episode where I gave you this great pitch where it's like at the end it was like, and then Dr. Z's like radio waves go out into space, and like we see Zorak, and then Zorak's radio waves get like copied down by like the space cops, and they're like, "What do we do, sir?" And the guy pulls up his cal and Space Ghost, and you were like, "I'd watch that day one. I'd watch that pitch."
Yeah.
Where it's like all the Hanna-Barbera properties coexist together.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, C. Spadina brought up his idea of how a Flintstones reboot could work. He says the Flintstones can be an allegory for animal cruelty. Like the dinosaurs and the animals have had enough and started to turn against the humans, and then they invent new things.
Okay.
That'd be funny. Like they could be like, we're not like a fuel source, guys. You work us to death. Eventually we'll draw out green energy. The allegory is green energy. My God.
Yes.
It sets itself up.
It does, yeah. Like if they do that, okay. If they do that, this show's gold right there. It's gold.
And
like I can see that shit.
For the reverse of green energy, maybe they switch over to steampunk technology.
Oh, yes.
That'd be cool.
Like, you don't have to go hard steampunk where it's like, we got dirigibles!
No.
But like, they can maybe make a car that runs on steam because they clearly have irrigation to some extent.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
If television runs, I
yes,
could buy
television
irrigation.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And the thing is like, why the Flintstones though? That's the thing. Is like, out of all the other properties,
yeah, that's what we've been saying.
I still
that's
argue.
That's what we've been saying. Like, why?
Johnny Quest is so untapped. Where it's like, Johnny Quest is cool. You have this boy and his dog and his best friend and his dad's like it was literally the foundation used to make Venture Brothers, which was like the dark, gritty commentary on like the Johnny Quest life.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or heck, I've been watching Captain Planet again. Why don't they just make a Captain Planet reboot?
That'd be cool because he could be like, you could up it where it's like he's an elemental superhero instead of just like going full camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just anything. Come on. It's like, why the damn Flintstones? Nobody is going to, I guarantee you, I know that, like, this is probably why I don't think it is going to be on Adult Swim. It's got to be on another network. But even then, I mean, even if it does cater to adults, it's got to be a specific type of adults that remember the Flintstones even existed.
That's my fear, though, is because these people are so far removed from the pulse of their own communities. So it'll be like stoner humor. That's what adults are like, right? No, I mean, like, again, Venture Brothers. Venture Brothers is remarkably intelligent.
Yes, like I feel like take what you've learned, take what you've been learning with the Venture Brothers, and put that towards a Hanna-Barbera reboot. Like, put that towards the Flintstones or the Jetsons. Like we said, there are so many ways you can bring these shows back in the modern day and create new fans while still acknowledging the old fans. Like, it's not hard to do, but you act like it is.
Like, the Hanna-Barbera properties are so versatile because it's like, there was a great episode. I don't know if you got to watch it, Rich, but on the new show, Scooby-Doo Guess Who? The second episode is literally the Mystery Incorporated gets into a dick measuring contest with the guys from Funky Phantom.
Oh, that's so cool. Now I'm going to watch that after this.
The entire time is just this back and forth of like, the Funky Phantom crew's like, look, we're real mystery. So look at you guys, you loser. What, is that your van? And Fred's like, yeah, that's the mystery machine. And they go, oh, did you paint it yourself? Yeah. And then Fred looks and he goes, oh, you were making fun of me.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred.
And then at the very end, the speed buggy shows up, and they're like, hey, gang, what's going on? And then Scooby and Shaggy laugh, and they go, a talking car? How stupid is that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, or they could interact with Jibberjaw. It's like they could be afraid of the shark, and then the shark's like, hey, guys, I don't bite. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm a friendly shark. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait a minute, and then they could question, wait, if you're a shark, how are you breathing right now?
He falls over.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, get some water, put it on him.
I demand we recast Jabberjaw with the personality and voice of Terry Crews.
Perfect.
Oh my God, yes! Like the whole curly thing. It's been done. It's been done. It's tied up.
Jabberjaw shows up and he's like, "Come on, kids, we're gonna solve a mystery. Let's do it, Jabberjaw." Yeah, and it's like, "Oh man, with Terry Crews, I'm on board."
Mm-hmm.
And he just bursts through walls everywhere. He can't fit through any doors.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
He's a real shark. He can hum
oh
the
my
drum
God,
thing.
yeah, he can. Like, I would be all for that.
Oh my God. The only property where it's like clearly you just don't care and that's why it's being made is the Banana Splits, where it's like, obviously you didn't know how to reboot this, so you just said, let's just take that FNAF script and apply it to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple enough. They just hand it off to the next person and be like, oh, here you go.
Hey, Steve, how's that FNAF script going? Not good. I mean, it keeps getting shut down. Well, do you still have, like, the first draft we did? Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, okay. See, like, if you change the title a little bit, Banana Splits. I don't know what that is. It's a property, apparently, our company owns.
Yeah, but there's a Scott Cawthon thing. You can't just do that. Well, we just did.
I already did. I greenlighted, like, 20 sequels.
If that movie gets a sequel, I'm gonna die, because I'm like, so you're telling me that Space Ghost, Captain Planet, Johnny Quest, the Jetsons, all of these other shows.
How is it you can't sell Space Ghost? He's half Superman and half Batman and half Green Lantern.
Yeah, it writes itself. Come on, like, you want an action show? Boom, there you go. Action show.
You make a police procedural action adventure comedy that could even commentary on, like, cop brutality.
Yes, exactly. Essentially, your Space Ghost reboot would be the Green Lantern animated series. There you go.
Yeah, or if anything, make it be like a little bit of RoboCop, where it's like, man, like these alien overlords are coming in, like alien organized crime is really on the rise. Here's the thing: put it on Earth, make him an Earthling. Alien crime is on the rise, so there's an experimental procedure, kind of like RoboCop, where they upgrade the Earthling that becomes Space Ghost, and you just give him superpowers.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it would be a new interpretation of how he got his powers, but I wouldn't care, because if it's done right, it could be good.
I mean, my introduction to him was he was a talk show host, so that's how I was. Dude, you know, when I went back and like I watched the old show, and it's like, wait, Zorak and Breck and Moltar are like bad guys. It's like, yeah, he used to fight them. Oh, that's weird, because I remember them as like his co-hosts. Hell, I remember Moltar running Toonami.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, I think that's about it. Yeah. Like, so our thoughts on the Flintstones reboot. It's just like, why?
Yeah. Why?
Money is the reason, Rich. I mean,
yeah. Well, even then, money isn't a good enough. See, money was a good excuse for Infinity Train and Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. But money in this situation isn't a good excuse, because you clearly don't care. You just said, you just told Elizabeth Banks, you want to make a Flintstones reboot? Okay, here you go. Here's the prop. Yeah, we'll give you the rights. Just give us the money. Yeah, no, we're not.
Because it's the same idea of like, why does Disney buy why did Disney buy Star Wars? It's not because they were like, we have to rescue it from George Lucas, or we have stories to tell. It was, we have problems with the male demographic. We can't seem to make money anytime we make properties aimed at the male. But you know what boys like? Boys like Star Wars. So if we buy Star Wars, and let's be honest, Disney's probably the only company that could have afforded to buy the franchise anyways. And it's like, if we buy Star Wars, we could then exploit that, and we'll do like a film a year, and we'll run it into the ground, and people will get tired of it, and we'll make money on it. And given that George was like, well, I have no reason to hold on to it because basically the fan base is completely... There are people who have literally written a song that says, George Lucas raped my childhood, which is like, you know, if it wasn't for George, you wouldn't have had Star Wars at all. So maybe be a little bit more grateful and be a little less creepy and gatekeepy with your product.
Yeah.
It's true.
So
yeah, exactly.
Like people complain where it's like, Disney ruined Star Wars. Hey, congratulations. If you were part of that fan base that kept complaining about how George ruined everything, you're the reason this has happened, and it's all your fault. Yeah. Because you put him in a situation where he had no choice but to sell it because it was not fun for him anymore to write Star Wars or play with those characters. You made it so that those toys weren't fun for him anymore.
Yep.
And it's true. With Warner Brothers, it's like, well, we own these properties. Like, Rich, if you came to me and you were like, look, me and a couple of my internet friends, we have an idea for a Jetsons show. Well, okay, give us like a fee and go do it. Like, we're not using the Jetsons for anything. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, we can just... That's so true. We could just go up to Warner Brothers and say, okay, we want to make reboots of these shows listed here. Okay, let me see. Jetsons, Space Ghost, Captain Planet, Speed Buggy, Jibberjaw. Okay, yeah, give us a fee and tell us how much you want for it, and we'll give it to you. Wait, really? Just like that? You're not going to bother listening to our pitches or questions or anything like that? It's like, no, you can have them. We're not using them.
Give us one 26-episode season for Jetsons. That's all I'm asking is one season. After that, if you want to cancel it, fine. I'm 100% fine with you. Yeah. Just give us a 26-episode traditional season length, 30 minutes an episode, and I bet you we could write something fascinating.
Mm-hmm. And then they would, it's like, well, okay, a season sounds good, but what would we do? Would we put this on network TV or a streaming service? Streaming service. Network TV is dead. Obviously, you guys know that because you still continue to renew your CW shows.
You have an app, right? Like you guys have an app where your like Cartoon Network shows are there. Put us there. Put us on the thing where it's like, easily accessible to an audience. The average Joe who works is not going to be able to come in and watch something on television.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. We have an idea. We know where these should go. All right, where should these go? All right, you put the Jetsons on Adult Swim because you guys need to stop it because the guy over there needs to stop running so much damn anime that's dubbed. We can put the Jetsons on Boomerang, and we can make it very well action-packed and very deep, very much like the Green Lantern animated series. The what? Oh, right. You guys don't remember that.
Oh, right. You guys hated that show.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the Captain Planet reboot. We can put that on Cartoon Network because kids these days, they need to learn. They need to learn to recycle more. But I do have one request for the Captain Planet show. Can we please bring back the blood and the fact that people die from drugs and alcohol and shit in this? No.
Okay, well then
can we at least?
Can we at least make it Batman Brave and the Bold level where it's like self-aware and it's just very fun?
Okay, yeah, that works for us.
And to save the money, I want to get real voice actors to play the characters. I don't need celebrities for each freaking character. I don't need to burn through money.
Yeah, you guys actually be saving us a bundle. We don't want to have to pay celebrities either. That Scoop Finasco was a huge problem for us. So go ahead. Yeah. Okay, there you go. We got him. Yeah.
Yay.
It's about five kids who are like elemental avatars that we're gonna make it like Sentai meets Captain Planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna renew 2 of your shows, but the other ones we're gonna have to cancel. Okay, what are you canceling? Well, we're clearly gonna cancel Space Ghost. Damn it. It's like, well, crap. There goes that. We're going to highbrow. Yeah, exactly. Was it too highbrow for you? Is that it? No, we need more. No, Cartoon Network needs more space, and we can't afford it. But maybe we'll put the last season on Boomerang if you want. Okay, yeah, sure, that works.
Rich, gun to head. One show. You only had to choose one of these projects for us to pursue. Which one do you go with?
I'm gonna go with the Jetsons.
You really sold on that idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sold on that. If it, if it includes if it includes a little bit of politics in there and some smart humor and commentary and meta jokes, okay, we could have ourselves. This shit could run for 5 seasons, and it would be the best thing to air. It would be hands down better than Family Guy, The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, American Dad, and so on and so forth. It'd be great.
I mean, commentary in cartoons isn't even like a new thing. Like, again, Adventure Time. Princess Bubblegum actually as a character was a great like analog to what's happening currently right now in like American politics. Because she really was like a totalitarian dictator and a bit of a fascist with like no sense of like, oh, like what was it? And what in her castle? There's a poster that says like, a pat down is just a paranoid hug. Freedom comes with a price.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, that's like your commentary. Like it's subtle. It's subtle commentary. It's messed up. All right, so Rich is on board for Jetsons. Boy, what are you thinking? If you had to pick one,
Jetsons. Like, like if you just take it from Flintstones, they don't. It's not really just aesthetically. It doesn't work as well as the Jetsons does.
Well, like Jetsons is limitless because you could just say it's the future, and that could explain everything.
Yes.
But then when you bring stuff like the Flintstones and all that, then you can't really do social media and all that unless you really have to just basically step around it, sort of thing. Like maybe a bunch of little birds flying around at each other, sort of thing. Like,
well, that's where you have to suspend disbelief to be like, that's how Twitter works. Just birds everywhere, nonstop. Like cell phones, you'd have to be like, cell phones just exist and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll just start pushing farther and farther away to like that sort of like that nice campy sort of value where you actually see like a turtle as like a dishwasher and all that sort of stuff. Where it was silly, but you could see how it's like practical as well in their world and all that. Then when you go into the Twitter and stuff, you had to suspend more and more disbelief. When in the Jetsons, you can just go like future.
Yeah, the Jetsons has the escape of the Jetsons. You could have an episode where it's like an alien student undergoes a program to like blend in. So he goes through a program that like changes his biology to look like a regular human. And that could be such a good commentary of like systematically being like forced into the community.
Right.
So you don't want to be an outsider, you want to blend in. You don't want to be different.
Okay, Cease but Dinner. Maybe there can be an episode where Captain Planet crosses over.
Well, even in the future, you can still have Captain Planet because in the future where like the surface has been ruined, like Captain Planet's like this avatar they summoned to be like, look what happened to the planet. And like maybe at first he's like really bitter and resentful where it's like, you don't deserve a home to live on because you don't appreciate it. And it's like that could be the commentary of like, what if God was a vindictive asshole who came back and was like, fuck you.
Yeah. Boom. You're a tree. You're a tree. You're a tree. Get Don Cheadle to reprise his role as Captain Planet.
But not you. You're salt.
Simon
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you could also have an episode. Okay, you could have an episode where they own a xenomorph as a pet.
You know that's funny? There's an anime where that's a thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and Robot Chicken even did a crossover with the Jetsons and aliens, and everyone died except the wife. She kind of survived.
Yeah.
And you could have that interest. That's the thing. You can explore so much once you introduce the concept of like greater sci-fi elements.
Yes. Although there is one thing I will ask: if the Jetsons is the one that succeeds the most, I will walk back into Warner Brothers' office. I'm like, okay, I have a request for a crossover. Okay, what's the crossover? Our show, mine, Nero's, and Y Boy's show has been taking off faster than we ever could have anticipated. It's already on its 3rd season, and it's a hit with everyone else. So there's only one show I could possibly think of that it could cross over with. Okay, and that is Rick and Morty. You give us a premise and then we'll consider it. Okay, I'll give you a premise. They go to the future. That's it. Well, yeah, that's it. They run to the future.
Rick and Morty's creators don't like time travel, though.
That's true.
That's their weird hang-up is like, we don't do time travel. We do alternate universes. And it's like, Does it really matter? And it's like, yeah, we just don't like time travel. It gets messy, and it's like, I don't think too many people hold Rick and Morty in high continuity.
That's true. Yeah,
I think that's fair though, because a lot of people who do handle with time travel and all that always lead to the same issues and all that with like paradoxes and all that stuff, and they get like pulled.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god! Seats for Dinner came up with a better alternative. Okay, the Jetsons crossover with Futurama.
That's funny because in my Jetsons pitch for voice acting, I'm thinking John DiMaggio as George.
Yes, absolutely. Like, you could have it be like you could easily get access to Futurama because I think Justin Moylan would be like, I don't know. I mean, I like Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but I don't know if I want to cross.
I think Matt Groening would just be like, oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, exactly. You want to wait, Jetsons? Like, I could call Matt Groening on the phone. Hey, Matt, huge fan, by the way. So we're on the 3rd season of the Jetsons, and we want to do a crossover. This is we've been building up to, we've been waiting to do this, but we want to ask you something. Would you be okay with our Jetsons show crossing over with the Futurama show? And he's like, sign my ass the hell up, son.
Like it's really weird where people are like, oh, I don't want like politics in my cartoons. Watch Matt Groening's cartoons and tell me there's no commentary on anything in any of his cartoons. Because there totally is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a lot.
Another good episode for Jetsons. If they genetically breed Astro so he could talk, that could be a commentary on like how we treat and breed animals. Where it's like, I want my animal to be this. This breeding is like actually in the long run is like hurting them. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can have like a PETA analog that's like, it's not. There's nothing caring about animals, but you're extremists. You're not good guys.
No, they could even throw a jab at Scooby-Doo. It's like back in the day, some people didn't have this technology to make their dogs talk. But what about that Brown? Yeah.
Fucking Scooby Gang. Wait, couldn't that dog talk? That's an urban myth.
Exactly.
The team that solved mysteries with a talking dog.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Well, what? Like the team with the talking shark, or that weird bunch of Chinese kids went out and like solved mysteries together and at concerts.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Elroy's asking, can I have a Scooby-Doo dog? Oh, son, Scooby-Doo was nothing more than a myth created by the networks back then. Oh,
think about it. If you put Jetsons really far into the future, you could treat characters of Hanna-Barbera lore like they are mythological entities. Like Scooby-Doo is like a mythological story, like kind of like the hare and the tortoise, which could be like you use Bugs Bunny for that, where it's like, remember the story of the tortoise and the hare, Elroy? And it's like you show Bugs Bunny and that douchey turtle that always harasses him.
Mm-hmm.
And like you could use that stuff actually as like a background filter of just like lore and mythology. And then at one point, if you really want to get crazy, maybe like George gets caught in these shenanigans, and at one point there's a hero to the aliens who are being oppressed. It's freaking Space Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's like their Green Arrow. He's like he fights for the little man.
Yes. That's all. Okay, I would also ask them, well, since you're canceling my Space Ghost series, can I at least have Space Ghost crossover with Jetsons? Okay, but you get 1 episode. Why not 2? Because we're done with Space Ghost after that. Okay.
I'll make it the best 30 minutes anybody's ever watched.
Yes, exactly. You give me give me 3 weeks to write the script, and I'll give you the best damn Space Ghost Jetsons crossover you ever seen. Okay, fine, we'll do that.
It's funny. I think I've made this pitch to you, Y boy. I've always argued the idea. You want to do something cool with Scooby-Doo? Put Scooby-Doo in the Flintstones. I mean, like, Mystery Inc. just exists during the modern Stone Age. So Scooby's Scooby's like a prehistoric pooch. So he's like really, really big, but he's still Scooby. So he's like super cowardly and everything.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And they solve like it doesn't have to be a series, although that would be awesome. You could just make it a one-off movie of like Scooby-Doo teams up with the Flintstones. There's no time travel because that'll just make things stupid. It's like the Jetsons. The Jetsons was stupid to have like the time travel element with the WWE. You just needed the WWE to exist. That's it. but you do Scooby-Doo, but they exist in that era. Or you put them in the future and they exist and they solve future mystery. Like, that's the thing, is like, you could do fun stuff. Imagine Scooby-Doo, like, they're trying to solve a mystery, and it's like, we have to find the secret of this hidden temple. And then they turn a corner, and it's like, Scooby Gang, and they're looking at the quest team.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, what are you guys doing here? Well, we're looking for the treasure of, like, the Pyramid Ghost. Oh, that's funny. We're trying to prove that the Pyramid Ghost is a myth. Huh. And the Haji's like, your dog talks.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Our dog doesn't talk.
Our dog just spouts the one word that we can barely understand him. Oh, well, he's a special kind of dog. Oh, okay.
What was it, like a little bulldog or something?
Yeah. How would
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo look in the Flintstones? Like,
I
that's
imagine
a good question.
Big, shaggy, probably saber teeth.
Do you know what a warg is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've heard of one.
You guys know what wargs are? They're like the big husky wolves that are used in like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Right.
But so
That'd be awesome.
he's gonna be like 8 or 9 feet tall, and then he'll be from like snout to tail, probably like 9 feet long. He'll be huge. So like they ride on his back, and that's like their mystery machine.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
You know, and then it's like, you know, some kind of like, oh no, it's the Dino Ghost or whatever the hell. I don't know. It's Tyrannosaurus Hex, the voodoo ghost T-Rex, and then giant dog Scooby's like, roar, and he jumps and Shaggy holds them, and it's like, yep, still works.
Yeah.
Get on this,
Like,
please. Somebody get the hell on this.
Like, it's not hard just to uplift something and put it someplace else and have it work. The fact that, like, in an episode, in a cold opener for Batman Brave and the Bold, it was like, and Space Ghost. So Space Ghost just exists. Yeah, Space Ghost just exists somewhere in the DC universe. He's over there on another planet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason not
Perfect.
to have this. It's like, no, it's Justice League Action did this, where they did the episode like Runaway Space Train, and Space Cabbie's stuck on this space train, and Batman goes, you have to go to the cargo hold. There's something there that's going to help you. And in the cargo hold, he thaws out Jonah Hex. And he looks at Jonah Hex, and he's like, Mr. Hex, I don't want to alarm you, because you're like from the 1800s. You're in outer space, and we're on a runaway train that's been stolen by space bandits. And he just smiles, because it's like, right, bandits, train robbery, you're a cowboy. You know exactly what this is. Go.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
It's weird that the studios are so tapped for ideas.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Like, we love Guess Who, but Guess Who feels like just a continuation of Be Cool, because people were like, I can't watch Be Cool. The art style makes me mad. Okay, but it's got a great commentary on the franchise and tropes, and it's very
animation.
It looks, the animation isn't even though it's bad. It was the art style that's bad. There's a difference between bad animation and bad art. Bad animation is Teen Titans Go. It's very stilted.
Yeah.
Artistically, it looks fine. The Teen Titan Go characters look like little chibis. That's it. They look like the characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between bad art style and bad animation.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it's like, did art style, did Be Cool look like crap? Yes. Animation, it was fine. It was on par with any Scooby-Doo cartoon. It was what it needed to be. That's it.
It's true.
I mean, that's why we're all hung up, guys, about like Zombie Island. It's not that it looks like a bad art style. It's the same art style they use for all these movies. That's the problem, though. That it looked more detailed and higher quality in the original.
Yes, exactly. Like Moon Monster Madness, Camp Scare, Mask of the Blue Falcon. Those are the movies that took this art style and had more detail to it. This art style is just flat as hell. It's so flat. It's literally like looking at a white wall. There's nothing interesting.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like these franchises are like stay around because they're endless in terms of being reimagined. Like, why do you think there's so many? There's Batman as a cowboy, Batman as a Green Lantern. What if Superman was Batman? What if Batman was a vampire? The whole point of these properties is you could just constantly reimagine them in a different light.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm sold on the Jetsons, but guys, for me, it's got to be honestly, it's Johnny Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's, like a Johnny Quest show just sounds like it'd be so much fun, and you could give him all sorts of cool gadgets.
It could, yeah. In a perfect world, that happens.
Well, I mean, like
Not
that's
in
why
our world, though.
that's why like the comics were so weird. Where it's like we create all these Hanna-Barbera comics. Oh, okay, and then it's like some of them surprisingly, Flintstones was good. Jetsons was good. The Wacky Razors as Mad Max, surprisingly cool. And then it's like, and we made Scooby-Doo into Resident Evil. And that sounds like it could be cool for a one-off movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for a whole damn series that
like
outbeat all of those.
I wouldn't watch a series of that, but if they made like a one-off movie of like a gritty Resident Evil style film of like Scooby-Doo, I'd watch that for like an hour and like 40 minutes.
Me too.
It's like, is this like a cool gritty version of it? Oh, that's neat. It works because it's in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a nice little thing over there. It's the same reason why Zombie Island works, where it's like, look, none of us are asking like we need something as good as Zombie Island. Zombie Island's good because it's really Zombie Island's in a bubble.
Yes,
really
it's perfect. It's perfect. It's lightning in a bottle.
You can't recap like even Mystery Inc., which is good, is like Mystery Inc. is good in a bubble. Like it's a Scooby-Doo show over there, and it's nice, and it's its own little thing, and it's a fun reinterpretation of these characters and the dynamic of how things work, and that's nice. But you can't always. It's the same problem I have with Batman the Animated Series, where it's like every cartoon with Batman now needs to be like this. No, Batman GS worked because it was a bubble. It was a nice, cool Batman cartoon, and it's over there. And then they did Batman Beyond, which I figured was just pretty boring in my opinion. I know I'm in the minority on that, but I found it to be very dull. But then you have Brave and the Bold, and you're like, Brave and the Bold's nice. You know, it's its own. It's in a bubble. It's fun. It's quirky. It's campy. It's its own Batman. You know, it's not trying to be the other Batman.
No, it's not.
And it's annoying where it's like we need this to try and be this, and it's like that's why these things don't work. It's why like the DC live action films got agreed. They all have to be like Chris Nolan. No, Chris Nolan's films work in a bubble. Like if every DC character existed in the Nolan universe, everything falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
Superman would fix everything.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. But guys, I think that's about it. We've pretty much talked about what we needed to talk about, and as you can tell, we're very mixed on some of it. Like this wasn't we're looking forward to this, we're looking forward to that. You know, we're looking forward to this. Like we're curiously and cautiously optimistic.
Warner Brothers related.
I know they're all Warner Brothers related.
Think about it. It's like Warner Brothers owns they own the Titans, they own Infinity Train because they own CN, and then they own Flintstones because they own Hanna-Barbera. Damn.
I know. Yeah.
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 That said, Batman crossing over with the Flintstones sounds like it would be an awesome idea if Batman just existed during that era, and he's like a caveman Batman.
Yeah, it would just be goofy and just silly, and it would be great. Just do what the WWE movie did. Just have them exist.
Exactly. Yes. Do it. But yeah, guys, that's about it. We all three of us, we hope you enjoyed our topics and what we had to say. You know, if you guys have any other differing opinions, then let us know. We're always happy to hear you guys out. And of course, it all no need to be said. Please go and check out Nero and Y-Boy from Toon Grid. Go support them. They put out amazing content. They actually put out their reaction to Zombie Island yesterday. So if you want to know their thoughts on it more in depth, then go check that out. It's worth it. And of course, follow us all on social media, on Twitter and such.
Yeah.
Yeah. We exist on this. We exist on Twitter. So go follow us.
We're in the Twitter sphere. We got a couple of things we say.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And yes, and we'll of course be back not next Sunday because I have busy weekend, so I can't do next Sunday. But of course, we'll be back the Sunday after that. What we'll talk, and we're probably going to talk about some San Diego Comic-Con stuff if it piqued our interest. So if you guys are looking forward to anything Warner Brothers related, we'll probably talk about it. So yeah, stay tuned until then.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on board, Rich. I always like talking with you.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem. It's always great. Yeah, it is. It's always great talking to you guys too. And I can't wait to come back again with our 5th episode. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out. This is ToonBender saying, be here, my friends.
As ToonGrin always says, be sure to tune in
to ToonGrin.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.